it's supposed to be a safe environment, but something happened where somebody had to pull out a knife.
Where them kicks at? Where them hands? Where them holes? Where them throws? You know what I'm saying? Cecil.
This is why I train in martial arts.
This is also why I'm gonna be glad when my daughter graduates. Three guys got in a fight. I guess it was two of them against one of him, and he had to literally take matters in his own hands by pulling out a knife and he cut someone. And I believe he ended up being arrested for that. Now, before I play the clip, I am going to say that there is a martial art out there that people can use to fight off multiple opponents. That martial art is Taekwondo. I'm not going to say you can't do it with karate or kung fu because you can. You can even do it in judo, really. Throw one person, throw the other person, throw the other person, throw the other person, atemi, 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 atemi. But with Taekwondo, since it really doesn't focus too much on Kyusho type stuff, the places you learn to hit for Taekwondo as you get more advanced are vital points, weak spots. You could say some of those are Kyusho too, but they're more like one stop hitting, killing blows in obviously vulnerable parts of the body. And you're taught in Taekwondo to think of the forms as imagining multiple people coming at you from different directions. While in a lot of Kyusho as slash karate, you think of multiple angles that you are striking on against one opponent. I just integrate both views. But before I get back to the martial arts part, let's take a look at this video so you can see what I'm talking about.
At school. It happened this morning at Central High School in Capitol Heights. Investigators told us three male students got into a dispute which led to a fight. One student pulled out a knife and cut the other two. The school was briefly placed on lockdown. Parents rushed to the building to figure out what was going on.
And I found out through my sister. She called me and asked, had I talked to my son, where was he? And I said, well, he's at school. And she said, there was an incident at Central. There's a stabbing. Police all over the place. It's all over the news. It's another example of why I shouldn't have sent him here. I'm just thankful that it is his last year. He's a half a day student, so he's not here all day. And I just pray that he can, get through the rest of the school year.
Now, we checked with police a short time ago. At this point, no charges have been filed.
I'm hoping this doesn't blow up into a racial situation. I don't know if one of the students that were cut was African American, but it's a predominantly African American school. And I did see on another broadcast that the young man who used the knife was not African American. But I mean, it looks like it may have been 2-on-1. If it's 2-on-1, I believe you are allowed to use whatever force is necessary. But then again, the young man who did the cutting should not have had a knife on school property because you are not allowed to carry those knives in school buildings. So that's against the law. So he broke the law by having the knife, and then the other two people broke the law by having two people attack him. So I'm not an attorney, but I'm hoping that this doesn't become some type of racial thing. Because I don't really see it as race. I see it as 2-on-1. And then by me saying that, I'm probably going to be viewed as a bad black person. But one thing that definitely is a cure for this situation, if you want to call it that. If the young man who had the knife was properly trained in martial arts, he may not have felt like he needed to cut two people. But then again, maybe he would have. I know of at least one martial artist that got jumped, and I'm not going to say who because it's a real tragic situation. But it looks like he got attacked by multiple people, and he ended up killing one of them with a knife, and he went to jail. And I didn't cover that story because I didn't cover that story because I mean it was too much. So when we talking about a death of a kid and all this other stuff, I'm just like I'm not going to touch that. So and I just couldn't do it. But if someone knows martial arts well enough, I know they can handle at least two people. And we're talking about teenagers. So he probably would have been able to handle two teenagers at or about his size who may not have been trained that well if he had good enough training. And like I always like to say, you can take your martial arts training with you anywhere and everywhere. You can't take your knives with you anywhere and everywhere. You can't take your Kubotans with you anywhere and everywhere. What you can take with you is the knowledge that you have in here, and that's translated into here, and that's translated into here. You can take that with you any place that you go. So you should study it. So hope everybody involved in the situation is fine. And it looks like nobody died, so good for that. So thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this one with news junkies and with people who like to talk about self-defense and the martial arts. Peace.